Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we are here with the Peanut Gallery. And is the ASOC Prod cat with you?
No.
No? Okay. We're only here with the Peanut Gallery. That other voice was no one.
Yep.
Yep. Today's show is brought to you in association with Hidden Leaf and Sky Mall VA, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street on the downtown mall. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds. A bud, and the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. We are also brought to you in association with Kush Gang Snacks, findable on Instagram at KGSnacks434, and Firehouse Organics, spelled with a Z, also findable on Instagram at Firehouse Organics, spelled with a Z. We are eager to also introduce you to a new sponsor, Dope Ash Drinkables, available at Sky Mall VA Smoking Lounge. Oh gosh darn it. My pre-roll has a tear in it. I think I need to grab a different one. That only happens very rarely with the Hidden Leaf pre-rolls. So, note of disclaimer. We will be expressing opinions on the show today. Any opinions you hear expressed herein belong to us, the expressor of the opinion, and or the channel and or parent company, but not necessarily any of our advertisers, including Hidden Leaf, Sky Mall VA, Kush Gang Snacks, Firehouse Organics, and Dope Ash Drinkables. Yes, I do believe that's the entire ad read. I got through it with very few issues today. So, big news. I got that interview with Dre King last night. And that went really well. There were, of course, as always, some technical difficulties in the beginning, and of course, in the YouTube video, I left all of that in because, well, I suppose I like people to know that I'm imperfect. That way, they don't expect me to be perfect. It was a lot of fun. We got to talk about Richmond a bunch. He's from Henrico. He's from Northside, so it's a different part of Richmond than I'm used to experiencing. I've been in
Okay.
I've been in the North Side a couple of times, but not that's not the part of Richmond that I know well. Um, it was fun talking about Richmond. It was really fun talking about his career so far and how when he first the album that he first really felt like he was starting to understand what he was doing, finding his own voice and all of that, and then listening to it sort of evolve to that, and then evolve into what his voice is like now was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Talking to him about the artistry that goes in and the work and the people he's worked with. It just worth checking out. And Dre King, aka Prosecco Poppy, worth checking out. So yeah, that was last night. That's how last night went. Uh, how are you all doing? How's your day going so far?
Busy.
Rainy.
Yep. Not as rainy as it has been the last few days. It's starting to clear up a little, it looks like.
Darn.
It can keep raining. My allergies are happy with the fact that it's raining and washing all that stuff away.
And they're going to hate it when it stops and all of that stuff starts blooming again.
I know.
Yeah, I'm loving the rain too. Gothy, gloomy. Friday was International Goth Day, or National Goth Day. We spoke about that a little yesterday, but we were having all kinds of technical difficulties. Freaking heck. Hi, Just Me Crystal. Thank you for being here. Great to see you. Much love. So, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that is going to be on the show today, or could be on the show today, that went on over this last couple of weeks, this last week. Do we have anything in mind that we think they're going to talk about?
I wonder if they're going to mention how Trump couldn't attend his son's wedding.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Or at least
interesting.
made complaints about the fact that he can't go. And I'm also
Oh.
wondering if if it happened early enough in the week for them to talk about the vote that happened in Iran, where they are working on passing a bill that is effectively retaliation for what happened to their supreme leader.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Specifically naming Trump, Netanyahu, and whichever high military mucky muck has been the one most responsible for this year's bombing runs.
I think it's Hegseth. I'm not sure, though.
No, not Hegseth. That's the thing. He wasn't mentioned. They
Really?
mean specifically the active military commander.
Oh.
They only want the person competent available for it.
Well, they also want the incompetent one that sent everybody in the first place. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess whatever commander in charge, yeah, should have been like, no, we're not doing this.
yes,
And so whoever did say yes should be being held accountable.
that's
But I
what they
also
want.
feel like they need to name and shame the higher ups, not just Trump, but Hegseth and the other people who are.
The thing is, they're not naming and shaming. They've got $60 million that they are putting out for this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a paper towel campaign.
This is direct retaliation.
Oh, then they
their
should
leader?
definitely put Hegseth on that list.
They should. They really should. There's several other people they should put on there.
We should write
I have
them a
seen-
letter requesting that.
You don't have to. There are various people trying to start Kickstarters to add to that fund with the
good.
goal of adding Hegseth and others to it as well.
Oh, good. Good. Now, okay, again, and I've said this before and I will say it again. I'm not a fan of the current regime in Iran. I'm not, I don't necessarily like them. I think they're bad people. They've done bad things. I also think that the U.S. is doing bad things over there. This is bad compounding bad. No one's doing good things.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the people are starting to get really pissed about it, right on. They should be. Like, it's just bad. So yeah, that may get some mentions.
I was thinking more along the lines of the illegal legalization of a certain administration and family and adjacent people, tax evasion.
Yeah, that'll
Oh
probably be
yeah,
on there too.
oh yeah. The that bizarre settlement where the DOJ settled with Trump and then put all of the money in a slush fund for J6ers. That is a weird one. So
Anti-weaponization slush fund.
yeah,
Yeah.
so the fun thing for me there is uh Comey is gonna try and apply for that. Because, he fits into that. He's had the DOJ weaponized against him. He fits in. He's going to try and apply. And we all know he's not going to get it. They're not going to, they don't want to give it to him. They don't want him to be one of the ones to get it. But what that's going to do is, expose the hypocrisy, and B, open up a legal lane for suing the administration or the slush fund holder or whatever for discriminatory practices.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the slush fund was designed so that the plaintiff was not getting a direct payout. Meanwhile,
Right.
the slush fund is operated by 5 people whom Trump has full control to appoint, dismiss, and tell what to do.
Yes.
So therefore, the plaintiff is getting all the effing money.
Pretty much. Pretty
And
freaking much.
there's no actual amount disclosed as to what the cap of the slush fund is.
I doubt there is a cap of the slush fund. I'm willing to bet that it is an uncapped thing.
Yeah.
And it's not a one-time payment either, so it's a
Right.
faucet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to add to that, I'm going to say yesterday, the Cheeto was busy pushing back against people that were pointing out how, the officers were actually hurt and they are the ones that should be getting payouts, not anyone else. And he flat out said that there were like 100 and something secret FBI agents that Biden salted that crowd with, and that they should all be charged with treason for doing this. And it's like,
They were, and you've already pardoned absolutely everybody involved.
Right.
No. Biden hadn't taken over yet. How is Biden going to put FBI officials or agents or anybody else in charge when you are still the commander-in-chief and you are the one doing things?
No. Not commander-in-chief. Not commander-in-chief. Demander and queef.
Fine. Either way, power had not switched out of the Orange Cheeto's hands at that point, so if the FBI was commanded to do anything, it was by him, not anyone else.
I mean, yep.
Just like the economy in 2025 absolutely tanked. It was terrible. The man in charge is absolutely responsible. Screw Biden. He did it all. Biden wasn't in charge. It was you assholes.
Exactly. Yep. And he actually said that. Bright side?
Okay.
I know what will probably be on there. The fact that you had Republicans flipping and joining in on the War Powers Act,
Yeah.
and in a panic, the chicken decided to dismiss everybody.
Oh, look,
And
vacation.
yeah. Oh God, what's his name? I can even picture him. He looks so normal.
No, he's a chicken.
No, he's
But
not. He's a minion.
He's not even a minion. Minions actually manage to do good things for the people around them while trying to help the bad guy.
I know he is a chicken. He just looks normal. But the Speaker of the House, right? That guy.
The one that has the
God.
power to be like, oh, time for
We're not.
vacation.
Yeah.
Bye.
And oh, we're not
The one
taking
who
this to a
also
vote.
said $147,000 a year should be considered poverty for government.
Yeah. That's also something that should be on there is that whole bit about wanting to vote themselves a pay raise and how this is not enough to live on. Completely ignoring how many of their constituents are making it on 40 or 50 ish a year.
Yeah.
Try 20.
I know.
Yeah.
I say 40 or 50 because many of them have a second job that brings it up to that level to survive.
Let's see what else. Oh God, what's her name? Is um oh, what's her name? Good old what's her name from Hawaii, who has been vocal against the wars but has been a Trump loyalist otherwise. And her husband has cancer, so she's resigning her cabinet post to spend more time with him, even though there have been some cracks showing between her and the president.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember her name. I just can't get there all of a sudden.
And they will probably also mention Colbert.
Oh yeah, Colbert. CBS News Radio went off the air this week.
Mm-hmm.
One of the country's, if not the country's oldest, longest running news radio stations.
You've got CBS News Radio, which is one of the longest news radio programs. You've got The Late Show, which is one of the longest running.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have Schlitz Beer, which is the oldest, or one of the oldest beer companies. All of them going defunct this week.
Yeah.
Schlitz.
Look.
Good old Miss Froth and Slush.
My family didn't actually have any ties. We just wished we did because we shared a name. Most mom's family did.
So apparently, Schlitz early on was really good. In their early incarnations, they were really good. It wasn't until they scaled up in like the 60s and 70s, I think, that they became what we became aware of as the not so much.
I mean, they were around for like 135, 140 years.
Right. And it's only been in the last third of that they've gone downhill.
Which also would be when PBR kind of got involved with them.
Yes, when Pabst bought them. And it wasn't... So the analysis I heard was that it wasn't exactly Pabst's fault. nobody changed the recipe exactly, but
Mm-hmm.
conditions changed in the scaling up. And because the conditions changed, some of the processes that went on in the beer during making changed, and that's when it got bitter, that sort of sour butter taste, rancid butter,
Mm-hmm.
and bitter and cloudy, and that's when it got that. That's when all of that sort of happened to it.
Yeah. They scaled
And
up
it
too
happened
fast instead
before,
of
yeah, yeah. And this happened before any of us were alive.
yeah.
So, I when I heard, oh man, when I heard them talking about what Schlitz used to be like, it made me wish that I had tried Schlitz in its heyday.
Mm-hmm.
However, they've gone back to small craft brewing for their last run of beer, by the way. So it should go back to its more original taste. But I'm not falling off the wagon just to try a good Schlitz.
Well, it's beer. There's no such thing as a good beer.
I disagree.
You're
I disagree.
perfectly capable of disagreeing. We are allowed to do such things in this country. You are allowed to be wrong about that.
Just like
but
you're allowed to be wrong about Mountain Dew.
what?
Both yellow, and they can both go back into the horse they came out of.
What is the matter with me drinking radiator coolant?
Nothing. You go right ahead and do you,
Yellow,
boo.
you go back to the horse.
What's the matter with me drinking stale sock water? He says as he takes another sip of coffee. I'm just saying.
Gleefully loud because I'm over here drinking my dirty water and ignoring you.
At least you admit it.
Right? We both have things we like. The other one doesn't necessarily like. I get it. There are.
Oh.
I am gonna stand up for beer and wine here though, because
You don't need to whine.
I do.
Even if
feel,
you don't need to whine.
I do feel like there's at least a value in recognizing that beer and wine have been part of the human experience since before we really we really started keeping track of history.
So you do know why Christian monasteries were allowed to produce and continue producing their own beers, don't you?
I mean, there are several reasons.
Well, the simplest thing is it wasn't decadence. It was a form of self-punishment because it's beer.
I love you.
I disagree. I disagree. I think it was because it's easy calories. Making beer is easier. Well, not easier, but having beer on hand makes getting calories easier than cooking a meal. Making beer isn't easier than cooking a meal, but that's also just one of the... What?
So I would like to point out the health benefit and probably one of the larger reasons. Calories are good, but also throughout history, as we discussed yesterday, water is not always safe to drink. Consequently is very unsafe to drink, especially if you're not from that area. So the thing that you
Okay.
drank was what they call what shows up in English literature all the time was small beer. So it was stuff that had been fermented. The
But
alcohol
was
was
it?
there, but it was cut so that it wasn't as strong and it was safe to drink. And it was something where historically you didn't drink the water in town for breakfast or anything else. You had a mug of small beer because that was the safe thing to drink. And later on, in the evening, you had wine, which was less potent than what we've got now, for the most part, with your dinner if you actually wanted a drink. To the point where even little kids, like 2-year olds, were given this to drink because it was safer than the water coming out of the well.
There is evidence. Now, I'm not going to say that the water was actually safe, but there's evidence pointing to that the water wasn't as dangerous as we seem to believe it was. Especially when you can do things like boil the water to get a lot of the stuff out or to make it safe. So,
This is true.
you know, so, so
But it's easier for us to boil enough water to keep clean versus making 2 or 3 kegs of beer and adding a half cup of that to your breakfast water to clean it up.
I mean, yes. Again, the ease of having it on hand versus having to do something in the moment. But I think that we are, in the present day, we overestimate the danger of the water at the time. I think, yeah, I think we overestimate the danger of the water at the time, and we overestimate the reliance on beer and wine as a substitute or a purification method of the time. I'm not saying it didn't play a role. I'm saying I don't think it played as big a role as we have been told.
You could be very right. Personally, I'm thinking it's less necessarily the water being unpotable and more just the oodles of ways that it got contaminated between point A and point B where you could drink it. From
I mean, yeah.
buckets that were used for other things during the day and not cleaned, from soap contaminants, or, well, soap making contaminants being left in there and transferring things, metals and hard water leaching things out of those metals to make it poisonous. I mean, there's a lot of things that can and probably did go into making interesting choices happen.
I mean, yes. What I think though is over the centuries, the reason people chose beer, the reason why it was a thing and stayed a thing is because humans like to be intoxicated.
Oh, definitely. That was part of it.
I think that is the main reason. I think that's the main reason. I think humans are too smart their for their limited ability to gather information in the world. And that causes cognitive dissonance. And as a result, we enjoy our intoxication.
That could be.
At least that's what it feels like for this human.
Mm.
So my next guess as to what's going to be on the show is 3 comedians and an announcer.
And at some point, a special guest.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. So I guess you're done with this conversation, huh?
Whatever gave that idea?
I do feel like this conversation is a little important, though.
It may be an important conversation. I will grant you that. And it is a relatively serious conversation. But it ain't what we're here for.
I think he's the only one dodging bullets.
No. Y'all can do voices. Oh, God, we're getting laggy again. Oh, man. And it's like really laggy all of a sudden.
Fine. Go back off topic.
Do you have the stream thing clicked?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Please.
I don't know why it's doing this either. This is irritating.
Because your computer doesn't want to say goodbye to Bill Curtis?
Maybe. I'm going with its internet connection at this point, and that there's a limited amount of bandwidth going on, and that's why it's laggy. And I see it as laggy because some of Streamlabs isn't hosted locally on my machine. It's hosted in the cloud, and oh, this is irritating. Oh well, this is life. And I'm not willing to. And I'm not willing to not drop videos on YouTube. Like, I really am irritated about missing dropping yesterday morning's video on YouTube. So I am not trying to not drop this one. So, glitches and all, we're doing it.
We made it past the 15-minute mark by a long shot.
I mean, we did. It was glitching. I could tell it's been glitching the whole time. It's just not been glitching bad. It was just, as I was looking at it, I realized it had solidly stopped. I was like, oh, crap. Oh, well.
You start complaining about the internet, and I'm reminded of an early 2000s thing. I'm certain most people are not actually familiar with Avenue Q, but they are familiar with the song of "The Internet is really, really great."
No clue.
Okay then. I will leave it there and leave you to look it up.
Okie dokie. Somebody may have tried to make me listen to it once, but it did not stick. All right, yeah, everybody clicked on everything. Everybody ready? Got your notebooks and pencils?
The following program was taped in front of an audience of real live people.
From NPR and WWDTM Chicago, This is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm legendary anchorman Bill Curtis.
And that's all he has to say.
Well, where are we?
Yeah.
And here's your host at the Studebaker Theater at the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter
That
Sagal.
almost broke me.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody. We got a great show for you today. Later on, we're going to be talking to the fabulous singer-songwriter Brandi Carlile. But first, back in 2014, when our original judge and scorekeeper Carl Castle retired, someone suggested that we should ask Bill Curtis to succeed him. And I said, are you nuts? Why would Bill Curtis, groundbreaking journalist and giant of broadcasting, squander his hard-earned reputation doing our silly little show every week? Well, today, either Bill is stepping down after being the hilarious basso profundo soul of our show for 12 wonderful years, or he finally came to his senses. So if you want to be one of the last people to benefit from his wisdom and or his mistake, give us a call. The number is 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Now it's time to welcome our first listener contestant. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Tiffany Washburn. I'm calling from Dayton, Ohio.
Hey, Dayton is a beautiful place.
Hi,
I think
Tiffany.
we're going there later on. What do you do there?
I am a mom of two, and in my free time, I'm a can-can dancer with Madame Gigi's.
Hold
right.
on, wait a minute.
right.
Oh, another one.
There's so many of us.
I got to talk to our screeners. Too many can-can. Wait a minute, you're a can-can dancer like the Moulin Rouge can-can? You come dan 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 and kicking it
Exactly like that.
Wow. That's is there a lot of call for can-can dancers these days in today's economy?
A surprising amount of demand. Yeah, when you're in town, you should stop by. Practice with
yes,
us.
I'm making a note here. Absolutely.
I
Tiffany,
would
welcome
watch
to the
that-
show. Let me
I
introduce you
would
to our
watch that
panel this week. First up,
podcast.
a comedian who you can see in Chattanooga, Tennessee on June 24th at the Comedy Catch with the show The Muslims Are Coming with equally threatening friends. It's Nagin Farsad.
Hi, Nagin.
Next, it's the host of the daily podcast TBTL and the public radio variety show Live Wire, which will be live at the Research Center for the Arts in Beaverton, Oregon on May 29th. It's Luke Burbank. Hey there, Tiffany.
Hi, Luke.
Hey, Luke.
And you can see her June 26th in Atlanta, Georgia at the...
Why were they booing?
That's what I was working on. Are they saying Luke or are they booing? And I can never quite tell. But I do feel like it's a thing where the audience doesn't really like Luke Burbank. And I don't understand why. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure that he and Paula end up on the opposite sides of the Paula rants. Although I guess the one who really can stop a Paula rant is Adam Felber. So I don't know why they do that to Luke Burbank. Unless he's also just the perennial loser and they buy into that. And that's sort of the joke.
Maybe.
No, that would be the host, Peter, with the punchable face.
I mean, to us, yes.
Well, even most of the contestants have mentioned about how he has one of the world's most punchable faces.
Yes.
That's where I got it from.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I still don't know why they boo Luke Burbank unless they're saying Luke. And it just sounds like boo.
Buckhead Theater and hear her on her podcast, Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone. It's Paula Poundstone.
Hey!
Hi, Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Hey, Tiffany.
Tiffany, welcome to the show. You're going to play Who's Bill this time. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 quotations from this week's news. If you can correctly identify or explain just 2 of them, you will win our prize. Any voice from our show you might choose for your voicemail. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, your first quote is from an NPR news story this week.
Interest is surging in the tiny bulbous legumes.
That was NPR's annoying way of saying that as food prices go up, more and more people are eating what?
Is it
Beans.
chickpeas?
It is chickpeas and other beans. That's the answer we were looking for.
Oh, the magical fruit.
Yes. Economists right now are pointing to a somewhat troubling indicator. Americans are buying
I
lots and
listened
lots
to that
of beans.
report.
I was worried when I saw the New York Times say 7 delicious meals you can cook over a trash can fire.
I love that this is an economic indicator. I mean, we've been like focusing on the price of gas so much.
Yes, yeah.
We should have been focusing on the gas that comes out of our butts
Exactly.
more.
When you think
know what
about
I
it,
mean? Yeah.
I guess it won't work scientifically, but you could think one surplus would solve the other shortage, right?
Yeah.
We're not just buying more beans, we're really into them. This is true. There are bean influencers online. And real bean fans call themselves,
Beanfluencers.
again, I'm sorry to say this is true, leguminati.
They run everything.
They really do. I've
It
heard
goes
that.
all the way to the top.
Right, right. This
Or
is
the
happening, of
bottom.
course, as beef prices are reaching record highs, as are smugness levels
yeah.
among vegans.
And vegetarians.
Yes, true.
Okay, thing is really having glitchy issues. Were you gonna say something?
I did say something.
What had you said?
They said, this conspiracy goes all the way to the top, you said, or the bottom. And I said, either which way, it's a real gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was worth going back for. Thank you.
True.
I have to say, I know that this is sort of NPR framing this, the fact that people can't afford maybe to eat the kind of protein that they would like, which would be more like meat-based, chicken-based. But as a person who is, generally speaking, mostly vegetarian, I'm appreciating some people coming over to our slightly gassy side of the fence on this.
Right.
I was on Interstate 5 over in the Pacific Northwest where I live, and one of those big trucks that's got all the chickens in it,
Yeah.
went bombing down the highway, and I looked at it, and a chicken looked into my soul.
Really?
And I have never been the same again.
Yeah.
So
But it was like, save me.
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
saying, let's give the beans a try, everybody. Just leave the windows open at night.
Yeah, exactly. Here is your next quote.
The Golden Girls template endures.
That was the New York Times talking about how the latest trend in TV is shows about whom?
The older
Old
segment
people?
of the population?
Yes, the older segment of the population, yes. Seniors, old people, geezers, yes. More and more TV shows are both featuring and are designed for older people, from the Matlock reboot to this new Netflix show, The Burrows, and other shows that will be on way too loud when you go home to
Because
visit
we're
your
getting old.
It's true. There are a growing number of TV shows are featuring older characters, like Only Murders in the Building, or Shrinking, or 75 Years Young Sheldon.
Why am I leaving now?
That's true. This is your moment.
Just saying, Bill.
I didn't love the fact that in this New York Times piece, the photographs of some of the actors were, I would say,
Yellowstone, yep.
roughly my age.
Yeah, terrifying, isn't it?
Like, Alfred Molina is not that much older than I am. Like,
And
if
yet
this is
he's playing a senior citizen.
Yeah, so this is their idea of letting, I wasn't ready to be part of that population so quickly, but I guess I'm here.
In fact, this is interesting. The Burrows on Netflix, this new show that sort of inspired this article, it's set in an old age home, and it's made by the people who made Stranger Things. In fact, Stranger Things dragged on so long, they were just able to cast the original kids from the show as senior citizens. It just segued into that.
Have you heard about they have a new one of those reality shows, Cops, but it's older cops and the criminals just get away.
And they're going, I gotta sit. Just go. I'm schwitzing. Just run. And I'm telling you, right? If you're younger, you want older people to watch shows about older people, just to avoid that awkward moment when your uncle tells you he's all caught up in Euphoria.
Wait, what is Euphoria?
Exactly, Paula.
That's the right answer, Paula.
That's the right answer.
That is the right
Very
answer.
good.
Thank you.
You represented your demographic well. Tiffany,
Yes.
here is your last quote.
Boo! Boo!
That was graduating classes around the country reacting to
AI.
all these commencement speakers who chose to talk about what new technology.
AI.
Yes, AI. It is commencement season,
EA.
and speaker after speaker are bringing up AI and getting
AIEA.
CA.
If it's in the game, it might be in the game.
No,
What did you say?
No. I said CA. Remember?
See,
My micro rant about cognitive automation, not artificial
Oh,
intelligence.
I mean, yeah. And yeah.
I know it's not going to be a thing, but I'm still going to do that.
Right.
That,
Which
hey,
is fine.
it may catch on at some point.
I think it should. I think it should. I do think that. Yeah, I mean, I think that LLMs are cognitive automation. They are not artificial intelligence. AGI is going to be artificial intelligence. Right now, you're right. It is all cognitive automation.
and getting booed by the graduates. Yes, AI is not for graduation speeches. It's for writing the papers that help you graduate.
Yes.
Did the Secretary of Education, what's her name again?
That would
Linda
be
McMahon?
Linda McMahon.
Yeah. Did she do any graduation speeches and talk about A1?
Which she famously did, reading a speech, reading from notes in Congress. She talked about the
She's very excited
potential of
about it.
A1.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was at the Western Oklahoma School
Yes,
of
exactly.
Ribeyes.
Exactly.
So it was honestly relevant to
So
the
I want to
graduates.
ask any of you, assuming you all graduated college, if so, do you
didn't.
remember your commencement speech or the commencement speech that was given?
Nope.
Nope.
No. My son graduated from high school in a very small program. He graduated in a class of one.
Really?
Yeah. They had to cut pomp and circumstance short.
Yeah. Must have been great. You didn't have to you didn't have to wait for his name to come around when they were accepting their
No,
diplomas.
exactly.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Da, da, da. Okay.
What? I'm sorry, what did
I
you
just
say,
did
sir?
the same thing she did, so don't worry about it.
Oh.
Bill, how did Tiffany do on our quiz?
Tiffany was crystal clear with a perfect score.
Congratulations, Tiffany. Right now, panel, it is time for you to answer some questions about this week's news. Paula,
Yeah,
I know you enjoy movies.
I do.
When you're at the movies and you have to use the bathroom, it's stressful because you don't want to miss any of the movie.
Right.
But now a movie theater in Switzerland has found an elegant solution. What is it?
They have a guy that sits beside you when you come back and whispers what happened while you were gone.
No?
They have a guy that stands
like
in the
that.
doorway just
Their seats
outside
are
your stall
toilets.
and tells you
Yeah,
what's
there's just
happening
gonna
on
be
the
a screen
screen
in
while you're
the
gone.
toilet.
At a normal
All
volume.
right. If he's
What did you say?
Screens in the toilets.
Screens in the toilets. I think I like that better than your seat. Your seat at the movie theater is also a toilet.
I don't know. They did it with the self-driving car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's where I got the idea from. I'm going with screens in the toilet because I don't want my idea to be true. I really don't want my idea to be true.
Screens in the toilet stalls. In the toilet stalls. Not in the toilets themselves, in the toilet stalls.
No. Yeah, no. I was using the Britishism. Referring to the general toilet area as the toilet.
I did myself, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't go down that particularly stinky rabbit hole.
There.
Wouldn't that be going up that rabbit hole?
We're not doing that.
In the bathroom with you.
Yeah.
How would he be able to watch the movie?
Okay, they have a guy that stands just outside the actual bathroom, holds the door open so they can see what's happening on the screen, and shouts to you towards the stall where you're sitting.
These are all wonderful ideas, but
if somebody steals this, I'm going to be so pissed.
Literally. Yeah, literally, but they came up with another solution.
Ooh, boy, you got any hints for me?
I mean, presumably you could sit there and watch the movie the whole time, but...
Oh, my God! The film shows in the bathroom?
Yes!
Oh, that's awful.
There are TV monitors in the floor
Smart.
in front of every toilet, so you can watch the movie while you're using the toilet and not miss anything.
Wow, yeah.
Have you? I remember when I watched Oppenheimer, I needed a break because I thought it was too intense.
Yeah.
And it would have been horrible if, like, I went to go take a break in the bathroom.
And it was still there.
Yeah, and it followed you to your car.
Right.
Everywhere you go, Oppenheimer is playing. Yeah, no, that's abusive. That's not a good relationship with Oppenheimer.
Yeah, when I walk into the bathroom, I say, I have become death. Eater of worlds.
I love that song. But it's the new way to watch horror movies. That way, when it scares the shit out of you, you're already prepared.
I'm just saying.
Fair.
I am just
Bad,
saying.
but fair.
I would... For me, it's more likely to actually scare the piss out of me.
But still...
Yep. I'd rather be prepared. All right.
Thank you so much. Right now, it is time for the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff, the listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT if you would like to play our games on the air. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Rhonda Graff calling from McCook, Nebraska.
McCook, Nebraska.
Hi,
Where is
Rhonda.
that exactly?
We are smack dab between Denver and Omaha and home to Senator George Norris.
Oh, Senator George Norris?
Yeah, you got to go back a ways to, electricity.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And now we're to broadband. So yeah,
the Senator George Norris. Now I know, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Rhonda, welcome to the show. You're going to play the game in which you have to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what's Rhonda's topic?
Just one letter.
One letter can make a big difference. Consider the
No
priest who
regards.
told the congregation that all singers go to hell. This week we heard a story of something off just by one letter, and the consequences were remarkable. Our panelists are going to tell you about it. Pick the one who's telling the truth, and you'll win our prize, the Wait Waiter of your choice on your voicemail. Ready to play?
I am.
First, let's hear from Negin Farsad.
Dr. Mariano Cohen is a well-respected urologist in Argentina who was invited to speak on a local radio station. He was probably flattered that his vast knowledge of urology was going to be useful on a more public-facing scale. It's about time that the study of the testes, prostate, vas deferens, and yes, the seminal vesicles be taken as a serious matter of public health and not as an uncomfortable joke made by dirtbag comedians on silly quiz shows. But when the urologist went live on the airwaves, the first question he got was, where did he study to become a ufologist? As in, someone who studies UFOs. Quote, I'm a urologist, not a ufologist, he said, as all the genitals he studied metaphorically shrank. In the end, urologists are still the one doctor no one wants to see, but they're a pretty decent stand-in when it comes to explaining inexplicable orbs with strange behaviors.
Urologist invited onto a radio show because they thought he was a ufologist. Your next alphabet account comes from Luke Burbank.
According to a story this week in The Hill, about 6 months ago, Ben Forstag was at his desk as regional director of the FBA, the Farmington Bratwurst Association, a Michigan-based lobbying group representing the cased meats industry, when he got an email from Kash Patel ordering him to look into a series of bank robberies in the area. Why, though, would the FBI director reach out to him? Well, thanks to a typo on his LinkedIn page, his name came up when Director Patel Googled Michigan Regional Director of the FBI. Patel was actually emailing a guy whose real expertise was how spicy is too spicy when we're talking kielbasa. The even more amazing part, Forstag nabbed the suspect. With no legal authorization, he staked out the one bank in town that hadn't been robbed yet, and sure enough, he caught the bandit when he showed up. Something he said he saw in a Matt Damon movie.
Someone listing his job as with the
really
FBI
want that one to be
instead
true.
of the FBA ends up catching a criminal. Your last story of someone playing loose with the letters comes from Paula Poundstone.
Tech, who Wired Magazine has put in the top slot of their Who to Watch in Tech list, recently held their Spring Fling employee recognition luncheon at the Southport Hyatt in Boston. The round tables were festooned with bouquets of flowers. The event featured an improv teacher who led the attendees in some hilarious group storytelling, but there was something missing: the lunch. In fact, the crowd grew a little restless, digging through their bags for power bars and candy by the last speaker, who shook his head slowly and moaned in response to each disturbance during his somewhat out-of-place testimonial about the challenges of his life as a very tall man, his struggles with depression, and the difficulties of finding work as a butler in the current economic climate. Of course, CEO Watson threatened never again to use Let's Have an Affair, her go-to party planners, until they showed her a copy of the email asking for the event to include Lurch. Lurch was the butler from the Addams Family.
So,
I love it.
One of these single-letter typos made it into the news this week. Was it from Nagin Farsad, a urologist who got invited to talk about...
What?
So that makes the moaning at the interruptions make more sense. I'm sticking with B. It's probably A, but I'm sticking with B.
I'm gonna say A. I want it to be B and C, but I know this show. And they're gonna go for the dick joke.
Yeah.
I think it's A.
I think it's a probability that it's answer 1.
Mm-hmm.
ETs and UFOs from Luke Burbank, somebody who was a regional director for the FBA, being mistaken for someone from the FBI, or was it from Paula Poundstone, a corporate event that went awry because they ended up with this visit from Lurch, the butler from the Addams Family, rather than a delicious lunch?
Well, I love the Lurch idea, and I believe the FAI. I'm going with number 1.
You're going to go with Nagin's story of the urologist mistaken for a ufologist. Well, to bring you the correct answer, we spoke to someone familiar with the real story.
You log on to a call to think you're going to be asked about your medical expertise, and then someone's like, do you believe in aliens? And you're like, how is this relevant?
Yeah. How is it relevant?
Wow.
That was Dr. Rena Malik, a urologist, explaining the mix-up in this week's news. Congratulations, Rhonda, you got it right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now the game where people who have won
that's
a lot try to win one more thing. It's called Not My Job. Brandi Carlile says that from an early age, she knew she was going to make it as a musician, and she was right. She has won 11 Grammy Awards and 2 Emmys. She has an Oscar nomination for a song she wrote for her childhood idol, Elton John. Her new album is called Returning to Myself, and she joins us now. Brandi Carlile, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hello, everyone.
Let's start with this Elton John thing. I was reading your memoir, or rather listening to you read it, which was pretty great. And you write that you were such an Elton John fan as a pretty young girl, you actually dressed like him in a singing competition?
Oh, yeah, many singing competitions, and also Halloween, and I went to school with homemade Elton John jewelry. I mean, I was a massive Elton John fan as a teenager.
Right, so, and how much did you stand out amongst your peers? Being, when they'd come in doing whatever they were doing.
In Maple Valley.
Yeah, Washington. This is rural Washington, right? Your mother got you this white suit that she bedazzled, and you had big fake glasses. What did they think of you?
Well, it was 1995, so it wasn't exactly the height of teen pop idol fame that Elton John experienced in the 70s. So it was like they were all discovering Elton John through me until The Lion King, and then they all understood my obsession.
Really? And they all realized you were a prophet before your time. So later on, you not only met Elton John, but collaborated with him and became very close friends. How early in your relationship did you tell him about this?
Like immediately, I got right in it.
Really? Hello, my name is Brent.
About that kind of thing. You just have to get it right out in the open, And I think when you're Elton John, you can't decide to choose friends based on who's a fan and knows your music. It's like he'd have no friends at all if he didn't allow.
Granted, if you're an international superstar of that duration, yes, everybody's going to be your fan. Not everybody is going to dress up as you as a 12-year-old girl.
Tomato.
One of the interesting things about you is you meet Elton John, you become close friends. You meet Joni Mitchell, you become collaborators.
Hi, Brandi.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt shy about reaching up to any of your idols?
No, I'm not very shy at all. In fact, I'm married to a British woman, and she's in constant state of cringe because I will walk straight up to new people or people I admire, and I will just get right in there with a hug. And life is too short to not be friends and to get close with people you respect.
I hear you.
I get it.
Have you ever been rebuffed?
Yes.
Oh,
all the time.
All the time, really? Oh, can you dish on somebody who wasn't nice to you?
No, I can't get specifics, but I will say that I've had moments, even with my closest friends, where they've been like, "Oh, piss off, Brandi."
I didn't recognize you right away.
I was fascinated to hear the details of your background. You grew up, as I said, in rural Washington State. You've written and talked about how poor your family was growing up. In fact, unless I got this wrong, sometimes the family would eat only if your father shot an elk or deer from your window?
I mean, I wouldn't say that we would only eat if we shot an elk or deer, but there were definitely a few elk and deer shot from the window. And
from the window part. I mean, when you're just sitting around the house and somebody says,
it's a reverse drive-through.
Yeah, kinda.
I don't understand why we can take the screen off.
Yeah, true. It's like, well, somebody says, so what's for dinner? And your dad says, well, let's find out. And he goes to the window. You also write about how your father more or less treated you just the same as he treated your brother, who was very close in age. None of that girly stuff for you. In fact, and I loved this story, he drove you to go have a fight with a bully?
Yeah, he did. He drove me to go have you don't miss, it was in the 80s, you don't miss your fist fight appointments if you make them.
Right, so I'm just, I mean, I guess plaudits to you for having the courage, plaudits to your father for supporting you in your goals, but I'm just curious as to how that went down. Like, you see your dad and you say, Dad, there's this kid who's been bothering me, and I challenged him to a fight, and we agreed to meet down by the lake at 2. Can you give me a ride? Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened.
Really?
That's exactly what happened.
And your father said, okay.
Yeah, and he drove me to the lake, and he dropped me off, and then he left.
Wait a minute, so he drives you to have a fight with a boy. Wait a minute, I'm remembering a detail. 2 boys.
Yeah,
And he drops you off, and he just leaves?
He left. Yeah, I didn't see him till I went back home at dark.
Yeah.
And me and the boys, we did get into a scuffle, and one of them fell in the lake, and we wound up playing the game of baseball, the baseball diamond all together.
Wow.
Who got the most points?
I got the most points in the fish fight, but I didn't do so well in baseball.
So as I indicated, you had an extraordinary amount of confidence in your career as a musician. You dropped out of high school. You went up to Seattle. You did make it, to put it mildly. I think we had the total as 12 Grammys to date, 2 Emmys, 1 Oscar nomination. 11, excuse me.
We'll keep our fingers crossed for this year.
All right, fingers crossed. I have to ask, that's a lot of Grammys, 11. Where do you keep them?
I keep them all on top of my piano that I've had since I was 18. It's a 1900 upright old granny piano that I write tons of my songs on, and the whole top of it's just covered in Grammys and Christmas lights.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
It's enough, it occurs to me, you have enough of them, you could do like a whole dinner party and everybody gets one at their place setting, like holding the napkin or something.
Well, I definitely don't hide them when people come over.
No, sure. Well, Brandi Carlile, it is an absolute delight to talk to you. But we have asked you here to play a game, and since your latest album is called Returning to Myself, we've asked you here to play a game that we're going to call
Returning to the Store.
Because when you think about it, returning to yourself is pretty easy. For example, you don't need a receipt. So, returning to the store, though, is a different thing. We're going to ask you 3 questions about people returning things to the store where they bought it. Get 2 out of 3 right. You'll win our prize for one of our listeners, the voice of anyone they might choose for their voicemail. You ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right. Bill, who is the great Brandi Carlile playing for?
Jennifer Coggins of Richmond, Virginia.
All right. Here we go.
Go Richmond.
First question. In 2018, a man in New Jersey was sent back to the grocery store by his wife to return a $5 bottle of orange juice because she thought it was too expensive. His wife, it turned out to be very wise. Why? A, while he was at the store returning it, a plane crashed into his empty house. B, the next person who bought that orange juice found a live scorpion inside. Or C, he spent the $5 he got back on a lottery ticket that won him $315 million.
C.
This sounds like C to me.
It is C, Brandi.
Oh my God.
We did? We talked about it?
I think we did. I think it was something that happened recently enough that we talked about this like last year at some point.
Okay.
It wasn't last year. It was more recent than that.
It's only May.
Yeah, which means we're almost halfway through the year.
So, November is still recent and still last year.
Stop talking about the passing of time. I'm too old to think about that.
Okay.
And we presume after he won $315 million in the lottery, his wife let him buy as much expensive orange juice as he wanted.
Meanwhile, I get in trouble when I spend the grocery money on the lotto.
Isn't that funny? Just got to win, baby. All right, that was very good. Here's your next question. Amazon promises easy returns, but one Amazon customer who tried several times to return an item got so frustrated that she did what? A, as vengeance, she bought a piano on Amazon and instantly returned that, so Amazon would have to pay for the return shipping. B, she went to Amazon's shareholder meeting and tried to return the item directly to Jeff Bezos. Or C, with a friend, she embarked on an epic quest to cast the package into the fires of Mount Doom.
Well, I really want this to be B, so I'm going to go B.
That's exactly what happened. She turned out she was an Amazon shareholder. So she got to go to the shareholders meeting. She stood up and said, Mr. Bezos, I have this package. You won't take it as a return. I want to give it to you. Bezos was very gracious about it. He apologized. He asked if anybody else there had anything they needed to return. It was pretty cool. However,
sounds
you
very
can still
unbelievable.
hate him. All right.
He was in
This
public.
sounds
He
very
had
what?
to behave.
Unbelievable. Him being gracious, kind, asking for any other things.
Like I said, he was in public in front of shareholders, so he had to behave.
The
Right.
shareholders knows what he's like.
I know, but he still had to behave.
Yeah. But they know what he's like, but he's not supposed to treat the ones at the meeting like that.
Exactly.
He's not supposed to treat shareholders like regular people. However, if you have Amazon shares, but you're not at the meeting, how does he know?
Uh-huh.
It's that in and out grouping that that power structures use to regulate who they can treat poorly and who they have to be respectful to. Back to the game.
All right, here's your last question, Brandi. You're doing as well with this as you seem to do with everything. Here's your last question. Costco, famous for their incredibly generous return policy. In fact, at Costco, somewhere in the country, once accepted a return of which of these? A, the bones of the rotisserie chicken a man had just eaten in the food court. B, a dead Christmas tree in the first week of January. Or C, everything a particular guy had ever bought from Costco.
I'm going with the dead Christmas tree.
Well, you're right, but
sure.
all of them were true.
Wow.
Costco will take almost anything back if you bought it at Costco. That last guy, everything he'd ever bought, he pulled up with a U-Haul. He unloaded all this merchandise he had bought over the years. He said, well, I'm moving, and I figured instead of putting this in a moving van, I'll just return it to you, take the money, and buy it new when I get to my new home. Wow. Bill, how did Brandi Carlile do in our
Perfect
quiz?
score. She did 3 in a row.
Wow, that's impressive.
A lot of points. Amazing. Brandi Carlile is a Grammy and Emmy-winning singer-songwriter. You can see on the road this year. Tickets for the Human Tour are on sale now. Brandi Carlile, thank you so much for joining us on Radio
Thank you. Bye, Brandi.
Bye, Brandi. Thank you so much.
Moonshine in the shape of a lifeline. Hasn't it been a long time?
Oh, I'm definitely getting
Thanks, everybody.
content,
In just a minute, Bill, serenade you
content
one
warning
last
on
time
this
with some
one.
topical yet beautiful poems in our Listener Limerick Challenge. If you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, some
We're
more
all ready
questions
for it?
you from the week's news. McGinn, according to the Wall Street Journal, to get their kids more time on standardized tests, parents are sometimes claiming those kids are suffering from what?
Attention deficit disorder.
Yeah, their kids suffer from, like, not wanting to do it.
No. I'll give you a hint. It doesn't.
What did you say?
Dyslexia.
Dyslexia.
She said ADHD. I said learning disabilities because I'm from the 90s.
I said ADD, but yeah, dyslexia, autism. I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going with oh, it could even be anxiety.
Probably. Anxiety might actually be the actual answer.
Right. Okay, so here's the thing, is like when I was a kid, the only thing you could ask for untimed testing with was attention deficit disorder. I don't think dyslexia even allowed you to get untimed. But I'm pretty sure dyslexia came in and like entered into that, and I have no idea what the current ones are.
Hmm.
I never qualified for the untimed with my ADHD and dyslexia.
I did qualify for the untimed because I had gotten diagnosed. I gotten diagnosed for both of them early enough by a shrink and was on medication. But I opted to take my SATs and my PSATs timed. I opted to take my PSATs timed because I was taking them at my high school, which was a very small high school, and all of the other kids were like, would have been like, he shouldn't get to do that. But the SATs I took in a local public high school, and by that point, it had become a sort of a challenge. I had been challenged to do this.
I never knew there was an option.
And I felt like I had to prove something to someone and to myself. I had to be like, see, I'm not that affected by these things.
Hmm.
And honestly, I mean, I got a pretty good score, but I do think I could have done better if I'd actually taken the time to go back and look at my work and think and,
Yeah.
you know, I was recently thinking about this because I went to the high school graduation of the oldest son of my best friend, and he had invited me. The eldest son had invited me because I've known him for a long time, since before he was in high school. And at the at the ceremony, one of the people they acknowledged during the pre-presentation, like during the thing, is this one kid had not missed a day of school since 3rd grade.
Okay.
And I felt so bad for that kid. I was like, oh, child. I have some idea of what your home life is like now. Oh, child, I am so sorry. Do you need rescuing? Do you need help? Like, oh my God. I mean, not even like miss a day because he was sick. Like, no. You get to be sick as a kid and miss a day of school because you got sick. Like, no. This kid did not just only get sick on the weekends and vacations. That means he went to school sick.
Yep.
That poor child. Oh, that poor child. If nothing else, it's neglectful of parents. Like, to not notice that your child needs a break.
I do not disagree.
Oh, man. And, I mean, what must the kid's social life have been like? Actually, maybe not that bad. You know, maybe outside of school he had a little bit of room. Maybe the thing was, you're gonna make it to school every day. And maybe part of why he made it to school every day is because that's where his social life really was concentrated.
That could be.
But that's not the most likely answer, is it?
Nope.
That poor kid. Oh my God. Since 3rd grade. Oh, child. You're gonna get to college and you're gonna fail out immediately. You're gonna have the freedom to not go to class and you're not gonna go to class.
Yes and no. I will say there are some kids I've met that they have been very determined because the competitive thing of, I want that perfect score.
I mean, maybe he will. Maybe he'll hold it together.
But I do think that the
Also-
first time that he goes to class sick and his teacher catches him in class sick, and he will get chewed out for it and be like, oh, we don't do this.
Right.
Or he is getting ready to go to class and a roommate is there telling him, no.
Dude, not okay.
Yeah.
I mean, A, you're not gonna get better, and B, you're gonna get everybody else sick.
Right.
That or the kid is gonna get his first hangover. Gonna discover alcohol, get his first hangover, and realize exactly how painful class at 8 a.m. with a hangover is.
That as well.
Nope. I'm willing to bet a hangover will break that.
Oh.
All right, so let's see what they're able to claim. We're all going with some form of what we would consider a learning disability.
Right.
Yes? All
You
right.
can go with dyslexia.
Yeah.
You're
Still
going with
falls under that.
dyslexia? Okay. I'm gonna go, I guess if we're being specific, I'm gonna go with, I'm going with anxiety.
Okie dokie.
Kat, you going specific or you going broad?
I'm going to go a little bit broad. Some sort of learning disability, because in this day and age, it is anxiety, ADHD, dyslexia, all of those kind of get balled up into whatever IEP to get more time on tests. So,
Okay.
what?
I mean, whatever the IEP is, I'll go with whatever the broader IEP is. Sure. That sounds smart.
Doesn't stand for IB Smart.
IBS? Holy
Kids
crap.
suffer from
Irritable
International
bowel
Baccalaureate syndrome.
Okay.
So
None of
close.
us got
So
that.
damn close.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember
we
wait,
haven't heard the
Right,
bell
right.
ding yet.
and
The
stuff.
bean
Yes,
thing?
yes, pooping and stuff.
Pooping.
Huh? The bean thing?
Is this on the rise
like-
because of the bean thing?
I mean, it might be. There's no way of knowing.
They need to take more time on the
Stuff, that
test.
would be
Because they're
PAS.
having trouble
Yeah, it's more
getting their brains out.
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
So, yeah, I mean, we can all say IBS right now and get the point.
No,
No,
we do not get this point.
Because,
no, we don't. But damn,
okay.
You can get the
because
point.
he gave us the, he gave us
he
the
told
clue.
the answer. That's not a clue.
He
That
gave
is
us
telling
a-
the answer.
I mean, yes, but a lot of times the clues do kind of tell the answer.
have to at that point because that is where they are with their person.
I mean, yeah. If you guys aren't taking the point, I won't take the point.
It just feels a little bit crappy to take that point.
It's more slow than more scientifically IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Parents across the country are apparently falsely claiming that their kids have irritable bowel syndrome just so that their kids can have unlimited bathroom breaks during the SAT test. Kids with IBS and similar issues, of course, they're allowed extra time, so many parents have never been more furious to have children without any neurological or medical problems.
Why doesn't the SAT testing service just provide diapers?
Yeah,
You know what
sure,
I mean?
that'll show them.
That's yeah.
Yeah, so basically what's happening is some parents are accusing other parents of having their kids fake this so they can get that extra edge of constantly being able to take extra time. Wow. And it is true, they've done studies of like eruptions, if you will, of IBS among young people, and they're sort of centered in wealthy neighborhoods.
Wow.
Really? So there you go.
That's because beans are better for you.
No,
Yeah.
this is...
Thank you, Paula. I think you
As
get a point
person
for
who
that
did poorly
joke.
on the SAT, I can tell you that I would not have traded my low SAT score for my fellow Nathan Hale High School seniors thinking that I was about to absolutely destroy my pants.
There's probably a lesser. There must be a lesser thing that's I'm sorry, I need more time. I have bunions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah.
I got extra time for my SAT by telling them I had bone spurs.
Hey, Maddie. Yeah, right. Not humiliating and awkward at all.
The question is, if they are leaving the examination hall, do they get their communication devices back?
No, because those are usually locked up in a locker.
Right. Because adults are smart enough to realize that is possible. If you give them they could, remember something and look it up. Yeah.
That's definitely not. Yeah.
All of those standardized tests, the actual testing, is very much a blur to me. While I was taking the test, it's just sort of blurry. But for one of the okay, so when I decided to try to go back to college and I went to PVCC, and they had me take that entrance test where it's where are we going to place you? When I went in to take the test, I was faced on 2 hits of acid.
Ooh.
I remember nothing about the test. I was apparently one of the first people, to get to take it on touchscreen.
Oh.
That I remember. That was neat. I placed out of language in math. I got something like a 98 percentile on the thing. I was like at 98 or something. After I got my 101s out of the way, they were gonna put me up in they could just scoot me up to the head, up to the 303s, up to the 404s, and I was like, or 401s, 301s, and I was like, yeah, but I'm seriously not trying to pursue either of those things. You're like, yeah, well, you're good at them. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm high. I really, that was the first time I realized that I might be on performance-enhancing drugs.
That's a new one for me. Yes, I have not heard that as a description for that particular drug before.
I mean, all I'm saying.
I don't know. Being stoned as a comedian might count as a performance-enhancing drug.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There are a lot of things that weed kind of counts as a performance-enhancing drug for. Part of why it's a performance-enhancing drug for doing stand-up is because it doesn't hurt as bad when the crowd doesn't laugh.
Ah.
Oh God.
A performance-enhancing drug for doing stand-up. Advil, so it doesn't hurt so bad to be standing that long.
Yes. Yes, that was me. That's what I thought you were going for. And yes, Maddie, that was me going back to school. And let's be clear, I failed out of college the second time pretty quick. Failed out. I dropped out. I dropped out before I failed out a second time. Very quickly. Me and school are not compatible at all.
Mm.
I mean, okay, so the only reason why I clawed my way through the last half of senior year of high school was because of some pretty tragic stuff. And I was making it because other people couldn't. Because other people didn't survive. And I had survivor's guilt. That's why I clawed my way through my senior year of high school. That second half of senior year of high school. No, actually. Well, I mean, I'm not going to blame you. I'm the one who chose to go for those drives. I had a dream where I was back in grad school and just quit. That must have... I don't know. Was it... In the dream, did it feel liberating? But yeah, me and school just don't do good. It was terrifying. I get that. I get that. And I bet you're glad you didn't. My grad school was kind of a joke. Oh.
Oof.
I mean, is what is, I guess. But, like... Okay. I learned a lot, but my advisor was an idiot and failed in so many ways. Okay. I mean, having never made it through my first year of college and trying twice, I respect that you made it through grad school. Like that in and of itself is way further than I've ever made it. So, I mean, congratulations to you on that. All right.
Coming up, it's Lightning Fill in the Blank, but first it's the game where you have to listen for the rhyme. If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. You can see us most weeks right here at the Studebaker Theater
ready for the,
in downtown Chicago. And you can catch us on the road
Limerick
as well.
Challenge.
We'll be
Listener
in Milwaukee,
Limerick Challenge.
Wisconsin on July 9th and in beautiful Sonoma County, California, making our debut there on July 30th. For tickets and more information to all of our live events, go to nprpresents.org. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
My name is Brooke. I'm calling from Pearland, Texas.
So what do you do there in Pearland?
He was there in 7 years. He hadn't graduated a single grad student that entire time. The semester I graduated, pardon me, the semester I graduated, his golden student graduated before me. She literally came out of her orals and said, I'm quitting academia and becoming a massage therapist. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That says a lot about him. Wow. Like, wow. Okay. All right. Jeez. Very good on you for making it out and sticking with it.
What do you do there in Pearland?
I work in the nonprofit field.
Yes. Oh, more and more of us are doing that. Yeah. Well, welcome to the show, Brooke. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 news-related limericks with the last word or phrase missing from each. If you can fill in that last word or phrase correctly, and 2 of the limericks will be a winner. You ready to play?
I'm ready.
Here's your first limerick.
With a permit at age 45, I'm the oldest beginner alive. I stall and I swerve, go too slow, hit the curb. I'm an adult who's learning to
drive.
Yes.
Drive.
A column in The Guardian describes the humiliation of learning to drive as an adult. Makes sense. Nothing strips your dignity away like one of those student driver be patient bumper stickers on your BMW.
I should maybe be taught how to drive by an adult because I have a driver's license, but I don't really drive.
Yeah.
And
You live in New York. You don't
I live
have
in New York City. I don't need it.
No one expects
and then
you to.
Now it's terror. And at one point, I was driving in Los Angeles, but then I had to parallel park. This was years ago, and I couldn't figure out the parallel park. And there was a guy, and it was a large space. I should have been able to do it. And ultimately, I was so stressed out, and this random stranger was helping me. And then I was like, can you just do it? So a random man
Got in your car.
got in my car and parked it for me, and as I gently cried on the corner.
That's very nice, though. It's a lovely story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you fill out
Aren't
a
there
police report when he drove off?
Yeah.
Aren't there some cultures in which that means you're now married?
I mean,
If you
I'm
have a
gonna
child
press
of that
play
name, I
before
know what
that
their surname. They are a Carson.
Pressing play.
Here is your next limerick.
It's a baby name you will regret. Even Romeo would be upset. G-H-I
By cultures,
for
you mean
J
Utah? Yes,
is just
exactly.
not okay. It's 12 letters to spell
Juliet.
Juliet.
Goes with Romeo.
Juliet?
Juliet, yes. This
Hey,
week,
good.
the Mirror reported on a woman who is in a horrible fight with her best friend Lorene over Lorene's new daughter's name. That new daughter is named Juliet. That's lovely, but Lorene has spelled it G-H-I-U-L-I-Y-E-T-T-E. Juliet. It's an incredibly elaborate way to spell it, and by elaborate, I mean dumb.
Was she on Wheel of Fortune when she was naming the kid?
It's possible.
You do get more points.
That's true.
Well, she'll be called Miss G her whole life.
Yeah, or whatever her middle name is.
Yeah.
What yonder window breaks?
Yeah. Here is your last limerick.
older wedding guests started to tut.
Yeah, or whatever her middle name. Dumb. It's lovely, but Lorene. Juliet, yes. This week,
good.
the Mirror.
H.I.
Police report.
Helping me, and then I was like, "Can you just do it?" So a random man
Got in your car.
got in my car
We'll
and
back up
parked
and
it
listen
for me
to it again
as
because,
I like gently
yeah, it
cried
went
on the
by.
corner.
That's very nice, though. It's a lovely story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you fill out a police report when he drove off?
Here is your next limerick.
It's a baby name you will regret. Even Romeo would be upset. G-H-I for a J is just not okay. It's 12 letters to spell.
Goes with Romeo.
Juliet.
Juliet, yes. This week,
good.
the Mirror reported on a woman who
G-I-U-L.
is in a horrible fight with her best friend Lorene.
That's how it's spelled in Latin or in Italian. G-I-U-L-I-E-T-T-A. That's what? 9 letters. Still not 12, but.
Well,
All
I
right,
mean,
let's figure out who Lorraine was. Who
her
named
best friend.
Lorraine? Yeah. Ha ha ha. What were you gonna say before that?
Nah, no more.
Okay.
Over Lorene's new daughter's name. That new daughter is named Juliet. That's lovely, but Lorene has spelled it G-H-I-U-L-I-Y-E-T-T-E. Juliet. It's an incredibly elaborate way to spell it, and by elaborate, I mean dumb.
Was she on Wheel of Fortune when she was naming the
Yes,
kid?
possible.
You do get more points.
That's true.
Well, she'll be called Miss G her whole life.
Yeah, or whatever her middle name is.
What yonder window breaks?
Yeah. Here is your last limerick.
Older wedding guests started to tut, but mostly we busted a gut. She was doing the worm, but her cloots were too firm, so her dress tore, exposing her
Butt.
But, yes.
Good guess.
This week's viral wedding video was of a bridesmaid who danced with the groomsmen down the aisle to the couple at the altar like the cool kids do. And then, as a little extra flourish, both she and the groomsmen hit the floor right in front of the couple to do the worm, and her dress immediately split open from hem to the middle of her back, revealing her entire butt. Everybody knows that's a terrible faux pas. You're not supposed to steal attention from the bride's butt. Right. Thankfully, somebody captured all this on video from just the right angle behind, and the bridesmaid herself posted it with the caption, and this is true, "Stop zooming in, you bastards." But then, of course, it led to this insane Bridezilla moment when the bride said, "Well, I wanted matching bridesmaid dresses, so the rest of you hit the floor." Bill, how did Brooke do in our quiz?
Brooke did really well. Got them all right.
Wow,
and they were
Brooke.
hard.
Congratulations, Brooke.
Thank you
done.
so much.
Take care, and thanks for playing.
All right, bye-bye.
Now on to our final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill in the blank questions as they can. Each correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
I can. Paula and Nagin each have 2. Luke has 4.
All right, Paula and Nagin are tied, so Paula, why don't you go first? Here we go, fill in the blank. On Tuesday, President Trump announced a new $1.8 billion fund that could benefit the people involved in blank.
January 6th.
January 6th. On Thursday, the DNC released the so-called autopsy of the 2024 blank.
Presidential election.
Right, this week the Surgeon General posted an advisory about the dangers of blank time for kids and teens.
Screen.
Screen time.
Yes, screen time, Paula. After being forced out by CBS, blank ended his run as the host of The Late Show.
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
This week, analysts reviewing President Trump's financial disclosures suspect that while attempting to buy over $1 million of pharmaceutical stock, he accidentally blanked.
Bought over $1 million of pharmaceutical stock.
No, he
Sold
accidentally
it.
bought
I'm
more
going
than $1
sold
million
it.
of a conveyor belt sushi restaurant stock.
Wow!
Because it had a similar name. Following negotiations with FIFA, Mayor Zoran Mamdani was able to secure $50 blank tickets for New Yorkers.
Soccer
Yeah,
Soccer
World Cup
for
tickets. Very
tickets.
good. Best known for being the U.S.'s first openly gay congressman, blank passed away at the age of 86.
The great Barney Frank.
The great Barney Frank. This week, spectators at a runway show at Sydney Fashion Week were surprised to learn the avant-garde soundtrack playing as the models were coming down the runway was actually blank.
Lion King.
No, it was actually just the fire
Hold
alarm
music?
going off. The models at this Australian Fashion Week show walked the runway for a good 5 minutes back and forth as the fire alarm blared.
Oh my
The
gosh.
sophisticated audience was like, wow, what a cool artistic choice, commenting on the heightened sense of emergency in our society. The flames and smoke filling the room, also a bold choice. Bill, how did Paula do on our quiz?
She got 6 right, a total of 14. She did very well. She's in the lead.
All right. Nagin,
All right.
you're up next, fill in the
Okay.
blank. On Tuesday, a Trump-endorsed challenger beat Representative blank in Kentucky's GOP primaries.
Massey.
Yes, Thomas Massey. On Monday, a judge ruled that the gun found in his backpack would be allowed as evidence in the trial of blank. Luigi Mangione. This week, tens of thousands of people faced evacuation orders as blanks blazed through Southern California again.
Wildfires.
On Monday, the WHO said that the blank outbreak in Central Africa merited serious
Ebola.
concern.
Ebola.
This week, the new CEO of Xbox announced plans to make that game system relevant again by changing its name to blank.
Xbox.
Ozempic.
No. Good idea. Changing the name from Xbox to
Meta?
Xbox, but now it's in all capital letters. This week, a school in Maine apologized after students attending a dinner at the school were served blank for dessert.
Shards of glass.
No! Although close, they were
Gator.
served a tray of baked dirt. According to school officials, a science class
Baked
had been
Alaska.
conducting an experiment to see if plants could grow in soil that had been sterilized in the oven. And this baking dish filled with dirt was accidentally picked up with the food for the dinner and placed out on the table. And trust us, you do not want to know what those gummy worms actually were. Bill, how did Nagin do
Well,
on our quiz?
she got 4 right, 8 more points, total of 10 means Paula's still out there.
All right,
Front.
and now for the what I hope is the last math problem you're ever asked to do. How many does Luke need to win?
5 to tie, 6 to win.
Here you go.
I just want to double check. You got the note from my mom about the IBS?
All right, Luke, this is for the game.
Well
Fill in the
played,
blank. On
Luke.
Monday, the average blank price in all 50 states rose above
Gas.
$4 a gallon.
Gasoline.
Right. On Wednesday, the U.S. indicted former Cuban President blank on murder charges.
Castro.
Right. This week,
Castro.
Iran's leader said that country's enriched blank must stay within its borders.
Uranium.
Right. On
Uranium.
Wednesday, space company blank announced plans to go public.
SpaceX.
Right. This week, a politician in the UK who declined interviews due to what he said was an important prior commitment was seen minutes later blanking.
Feasting on beans.
No, drinking beers
Clubbing.
at a pub. After she was found not guilty of tax evasion, a court ruled that Spain's tax authority must pay pop star blank $64 million.
Shakira?
Right.
Shakira.
On Monday, auditions for who will replace Daniel Craig as the next blank began.
Bond.
Right.
Harry
This week,
Potter?
The Washington Post
Oh.
profiled an airport detection dog who recently sniffed out 2 duffel bags filled with blank.
Cocaine.
Countries.
Illegal food.
Yes, I'm going to give it to you. 100 pork sandwiches. Merla the Beagle sniffed out the sandwiches at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, where someone was illegally transporting those sandwiches from Thailand. Officers celebrated this dog for his remarkable achievement, rightly so, because if there's one thing that really proves a dog is an elite law enforcement canine, it's immediately detected when someone is holding a meat sandwich.
He should be allowed to eat whatever he catches.
Yeah, I think so. That's
the
true.
people with.
Yeah. Bill, did Luke do well enough to win?
Wow, he got 7 right, 14 more points, 18 wins this week.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Luke.
Yes.
Like cocaine.
You can hear the enthusiasm
You really
in that
can.
result.
And now, for 12 remarkable years, Bill Curtis has performed with us and he has traveled with us. Hang on. He has traveled with us from Seattle to Florida. He has stood on stages in places like Red Rocks and Carnegie Hall and Tanglewood. And he has said the most ridiculous things in that most serious of voices. And he has often said how lucky he feels to have done all that with us. But Bill, for once, you're wrong. We are the lucky ones, the producers and engineers and managers of our show and the panelists and, of course, me, because we got to spend 12 years doing that with you. So, let's in fact give it up for our legendary anchorman and our dear friend, Mr. Bill Curtis, one more time.
Wow.
Wow. So panel,
Thank you.
what will Bill Curtis do next? Nagin Farsad.
He's tired of being objectified for his voice, so he's going to be a male bikini model so he can finally be objectified for his body.
Yeah.
I was going to say start an OnlyFans page, so
Luke Burbank.
close enough.
Whatever the he wants.
And Paula Poundstone.
Bill will be applying for the weaponization reparations from the $1.7 billion.
And if I do any of that, we're going to ask you about it and wait, don't tell me.
So thanks to Nagin Farsad, Paula Poundstone, and Luke Burbank. Thanks to our fabulous audience who were here for this show at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago. Thanks for you for listening in wherever you may be.
Well-
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Nora Rahm. President Trump says he expects an agreement to be announced soon on ending the U.S.-Iran war. But no details have been made public, and Iran has not stated where it stands on the proposal. NPR's Greg Myrie has more.
Wow, that
President
sounds
Trump
familiar.
said Saturday on Truth Social.
All right, sorry, I was about to let us get caught up in headlines here. I mean, unless you guys want to hear what the headlines at the top of the hour are.
No, I'm
But
good
the
right
real
now.
headline is the scores are as stands, with Kat coming in third place with a respectable 28 points, me taking up second with a more respectable 33 points, and the Peanut Gallery taking first place with a solid 37 points. So that is where those. There we go. That is where those point totals stand. And I had a thought, but it just sort of went off track.
Goodbye, thought.
This brings us. Goodbye, thought. This brings us to the end of our show. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. Thank you, Maddie Holmes, for being here and playing along. Thank you, Just Me Crystal. Thank you, Darth Dragonis. Was there anybody else in chat? No? Thank you, all you lurkers. Stick around for the raid. Much love. Thank you for sticking around through all the glitchy technical issues as well. Much love. Now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, and then lockpick happened. 2 down. VA. Double deuces. We're out, y'all. And then lockpick happened.
Their task is to try to contain it.
It sounds to me like you are trying to sound the alarm. Do you see that as your role, to sound the alarm?
I think so. And I think to remind people that there's something in this country that we actually all have in common. As ferocious as our disputes can be about guns or about taxes or about immigration, we share a set of values that really that's all America is a collection of ideas. And that people ought to look above their fights about policy and realize this presidency threatens something very fundamental that is above partisanship and hope by talking about it to energize people to focus on that and rise above the normal policy fights.
If Robert Mueller is fired, or if Rod Rosenstein is fired, and Rod Rosenstein's replacement tries to limit the scope of the investigation or cover up any of its findings or just kind of hide its findings in a drawer someplace, what do you feel is his constitutional responsibility or your constitutional responsibility to say what you know if you feel information has been covered up? And I know you can't speak for Mueller, but maybe you have a sense of what his options would be. In the sense that I think there are people who are concerned that if the president tries to stop the investigation, what happens to all of the information that has been compiled?
Yeah, that's a good question and hard to answer in the abstract. Maybe I'll give you 2 answers. First, about Bob Mueller. Robert Mueller is an institutionalist who cares deeply about the institution, the rule of law, and